Hello and welcome to another YouTube video. The other day I was watching a YouTube video from Ian Hughes. He was on his Royal Enfield Classic 350 and he happened to mention that he was looking to upgrade his current action camera. However, he does have eyes on the DJI Action 3, but he has a little bit of concerns about the field of view and about whether or not he can see the mirrors, the handlebars and the headlights while he's filming. So I left a comment saying I will produce a video that will demonstrate the field of view capabilities of the DJI Action 3, and this is it. The video you're watching is taken by the Drift XL Pro. It was on my handlebars, kept falling and showing you the sky. So I've left it in there just for a bit of a laugh while I introduce this video. And there's Ian Hughes's link. It's just come up. There are 4 field of views options that you get within the DJI Action 3. We get narrow, we get standard, which is D-warp, wide and ultra wide. And I headed to Camperdown Park, which is, if anyone's watched videos before, you may well have seen it, just to demonstrate it, because you get lots of tree line. It was a reasonably sunny day, if a little bit cold. But let's go and have a look and see what we think. Here we are, narrow field of view, and you can probably tell it's not brilliant for sitting on the motorbike. It's really good. I used that in the last video, which was Little Glen Shee and backward facing. Stability on it worked really well for that, so yeah, I think it has its use, but certainly not when it's plonked on the front of a motorbike helmet. But I'll let you be deciding of that. That's my view. Can't see very much. You can see the clocks. It's worth pointing out that every shot that's taken is the camera in the same position. The only thing that's changed is the field of view. So I'm comparing like for like. Alright, that's narrow field of view. The next set is standard field of view, which is D-warp. I kind of like this one. As you can see, you get the headlamp cluster in, you get some of the mirrors in, and you get a reasonable view ahead. Obviously it depends on where the camera is mounted on the helmet, it depends on your height, it depends on your distance with your arms and your seat from the handlebars. So bear that in mind when you're looking at this video. It was a beautiful sunny day. The Peter from Lanes Explorer had put a video out that day, and I'd left a comment on his, and he said it was chucking a rain down beside him that day, but you can see it was a lovely sunny day, although it was blowing a gale. It was really windy. Actually one of the schools not too far away from me down in Carnoustie got its roof blown off. So it was a windy day, but it was fine for going out on the bike. So what do you think of standard field of view D-warp? I've left the video to run a couple of minutes on each of them, simply to give you proper time to really understand what the video looks like. I've seen plenty of comparisons before, but you get like a 10-second shot and you're left scratching your head. So I've done the same run, did it 5 times, because one of the times I forgot to switch the blinking camera on. What an idiot. It's no hardship though. There we go. So that's standard field of view D-warp. Next up we have wide field of view, and this is the setting I have used for every recording that I've done since I've got it. As you can see a bit more of the wing mirrors. You definitely get the cluster in, and once again with proper setup you'll absolutely get all of that into shot. I don't really care whether I get the headlight cluster in or whatever in the mirrors. I'm more interested in what I'm getting to see when I'm riding the bike. So but it is important to some folks, important to Ian actually. That's the whole reason for this video. I didn't chat on the video, in any of the videos when I was riding the bike along, because I wanted to be able to do the voiceover. However, you'll hear me sniffing and snorting occasionally because it was cold and a bit windy, and you know, that's winter riding, isn't it, man? We've all been there. So, what do you think of that? Does that work for you? I'll give you a summary at the end as to what my feelings are and what my favourite setting is and why. But it's up to you. Each have got their own thoughts on what they're looking for. The primary purpose of my videos are still to capture the ride from my old age and for me to look back on, particularly in the winter time. But I am producing videos now for YouTube, so I have to consider what people like, and people definitely like to see the handlebars and the mirrors and a wide field of view. So just to remind you, the only thing that's changed in all of these settings is the field of view setting. Nothing else. The position. One of the things about this camera, the Action 3, is the mount system. How you can disconnect it and connect it up instantly without unscrewing any screws or any of the traditional mountings. So there we are. There's wide field, and then finally for the fourth one, ultra wide field of view. And you absolutely get everything in. You're getting a bit of the tank in there, and you're getting nice wide field of view left and right. You'll see my aborted attempt of doing the backward facing recording. Took the camera off because the thing spent more time on its back than it was supposed to, taking pictures of me. So good shots of the sky though, eh? So hopefully this is helping you, Ian. Give you an idea. I'm not an ambassador for DJI or any of this kind of stuff. I just say it as I see it. This is my own personal experience. I paid for all this stuff with my own cash. I think I've said plenty of times before, I think it's a great value for money. But you make up your own mind. Don't be relying on me. GoPros don't cut it for me simply because they're not reliable, in my opinion. Alright, so that's the ultra wide field of view. What do you think? Okay, once we get to the end of this little bit of the film, I do a little comparison about the two that I think work for me. They might not work for you, but the choice is yours. It's a very versatile camera, works very well. I've now got the sound working the way I want, got the mics all positioned properly, and I'm very happy. Alright, let's have a look at the summary. Right, so here we are. Here's the two that work for me: standard D-warp and wide. Let's discount the two. Narrow is just too narrow, not a good enough shot of what we're looking at for on the motorcycle helmet, and ultra wide just gives it that fishbowl look, in my opinion. I really like standard. I like DWAP because it flattens everything out in terms of it. There's no fishbowling going on, and it actually gives us a bit more depth of field, I think. Whereas the wide one, there's not a great deal of difference in it, but if you look at it, you can see a tiny little bit of fishbowling going on. I'm not a lover in any shape or form with that fisheye type view. So for that reason, this is why I like the 2. Now, if I was just recording for myself, I would use standard every time. It gives me a wide enough view, and it gives me the most realistic looking picture. However, YouTube videos, people like to see the handlebars, and they like to see the dash, and they like to see the wing mirrors, yeah, the rear view mirrors. So if I'm going to record a video for YouTube, then it will be wide. I do think that a chest mount camera in this situation, where a naked bike such as the Royal Enfield would give you a terrific forward view, and you would pick up a bit more of the scenery. But that's up to you. Alright, that's me. Hopefully, Ian, you found this of use, and anyone else that happens to watch it. But thanks for watching, and until the next time, we'll see you again. Bye bye.